Hello everyone. Today is a new day and I would like to show you how I would propagate this Pothos, Manjula Pothos plant. I actually was going to sell this, but I have decided to repot it and I show you how I would do it. I bought this one last week, but it was in a bigger plant, but I have already trimmed some. So this is some of the leaves. Some of the leaves are actually got yellowish into it, so hence why I bought it at a very cheap price. It wasn't as per normal, where normally people would buy about $35 a leaf or 120 for the plant. So I already took 3 out of this plant, hence why it's shortened. So 3 leaves. I'm going to repot this one into a slightly bigger pot and also show you what mix I've got. So this is one that I will put into a small jar of water to roots. I do have others too that's rooting at the moment, but I just wanted to show you this one. So this one is 2 nodes, so hopefully in a couple of weeks it gives me some roots. I usually do it on top of my fish tank, but I'm going to show you in a glass so you can do it yourself. Obviously, if you don't have a fish tank, my fish tank seems to really do well. So, so this is the 3 Manjula Pothos that I have. The top leaves was yellowish and a lot of green, yellow spots, so it wasn't very good. But this one on the bottom is fine, so I left it as is. I can still sell these. I do have others that I want, and I want to repot my longer one, which I'm not going to trim. So hopefully the new leaves will be better and the base will just be down the bottom. So anyway, let me show you my Monstera Thai Constellation that I have rooting in my fish tank, just to give an example that it is a lot better in the fish tank rather than just a water in the container to have the rooting. But if you don't have that, obviously the water on a container or a little glass is fine. Just make sure you replace the water once a week for the fresh one. There we go. And not direct sunlight, so just somewhere where there's a little bit of lighting but without being too hot, because you don't want to burn the leaves. Okay, so just one sec. Okay, this is my fish tank. I do have a number of plants that's rootings at the moment. So they have been here for a week or so, a couple of weeks now, but some have aerial roots already, so they've established some new leaves. But what I wanted to show you is my Thai Constellation. This is my beautiful Thai Constellation Monstera. Now I bought this one a month ago and it did not give me any new leaves or new roots in the pot, so I have decided to cut them up. And this one has been in here for about a couple of weeks to 3 weeks. I can't really exactly remember, but it had only had the aerial roots in there. It didn't have any young roots at all, and it did not have the 2 leaves that's shooting. This one actually got 3, so you can see there's one at the very back just there that you can see. It's not very big yet, but it will shoot up in a couple of days or a week time. This plant is rapidly growing nicely in here, so it's happy. It's given me new roots and leaves since I've actually cut it from the main plants. This was obviously the original, so I'll just show you down the bottom what is the root system. So I can't really get it out because I got it on a bit of a yarn. I tied it up, but this is my fighting fish baby fish tank with guppies, and it has given me so much roots within a couple of weeks, because it's got a beautiful sunlight, only the morning sunlight, and it's still bright even though it's midday, but the sun is not hitting it, so it's quite happy here. Also, I also have this one that's the reason being I cut it up is because there were damaged leaves. The leaves were damaged when I bought it, like so. It was already like this, that's why I got it for a very good price. And this one has already got a root system showing at the back. Can't really show you, but it's at the back of this one is already, but this one is my little experimental. I've actually merged a normal Monstera deliciosa as well as a normal Thai Constellation, just to an experiment if it does give me new roots with the combination, whether it will or will just grow by itself. So anyway, just an example of my rooting system. So let's go back to our Manjula Pothos. Okay guys, we're back with our Manjula repotting. This is the plants that I would like to repot. So this is actually an established plant. It's just that I didn't like the leaves on the top, so I cut it up. Now I do have this foam that I use to put down the bottom. I know some people say it's not good, but I just want to make sure that the water is not going to stay in the base of the plant, just in case I overwater it, and I don't want my plants, the roots to, because Manjula is actually quite touchy. The roots will die and will have root if too much water. And so I'm going to just leave this little bit of foam in there. So I'll cut it up in small bits. I also have a little bit of rocks that I have in here, so where I can put some just to make sure that the soil doesn't go through the hole easily. So I'm just going to do that. But the important thing is I'm going to do a mixture of the soil. So that's my little bit there. Now with the soil, I'm going to put 30 or 40% 40% of the actual perlite. So let me just show you that. Okay guys, I am going to put about a little bit of a handful of this horticultural charcoal for the assisted drainage for the plants in the pot. And I've got a potting mix that I've had some already mixed with a few other things, but this is just a premium potting mix, so I'm going to put a little bit of this. I have chosen a decent sized pot, so just a handful. And I have also got Pest Moss, there you go, to keep the water, retain moisture in the water, but without keeping the water like being so much soggy. So I'll put maybe 4 handfuls because I have got a big pot. And then I also have the Pest Moss. After the Pest Moss, I'm putting a perlite. So this is a brand new one that I need to open. So I might do about 5 or 6 handful of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this will give my plants aeration and drainage in the soil. So that's that, and mix it with I also like to put a little bit of a handful of, let me just grab it, a blood and bone into my plants for just a handful for the fertilization of the plant. So you mix it well, some potting mix. This is my Manjula plants potting mix. So pretty much like a lot more Pest Moss. So say 50% Pest Moss, 40% or 30% normal soil, and the rest is a mixture of charcoal, and I also got a garden bark in there to the previous mix. So it's sort of just to make sure that there will be some good drainage at the same time. The water is not staying, it will just drain out, and plus there's moisture in the pot. So that's my mix. So let's just, this is the pot that I have chosen, so it's quite a decent pot, plenty of growth. I will put some more of the plants when once established into here, so I want to have at least a couple of plants stem growing in this one. to give me a better look when it's established, so I don't have to keep on repotting. So I choose the bigger pot. So you put your soil, your mixture, like so. There we go. Nice and mixed. Now we take out our pothos from this smaller pot. So you just squish the side, take the cleaning thing, and then I'll just keep this sign, which I don't need, but I will just pop it into the corner of this pot, just in case I decided to sell it one day. And then I just tag it a little bit out. Here we go. So this is my pothos that I am repotting. It has already established in this pot, so I'm just going to loosen up a little bit of the actual original soil. I have put some water on it, so I watered it yesterday, so the soil is quite moist. But the mixture is not the same as mine, obviously, but I'm hoping. See how it's so compact in there. I'm going to just get rid of some of the soil. I think it's still, it was growing in a tiny little planting, and they've just repotted into that slightly bigger pot, but it is quite well established, so I'm just gonna totally disturb it. I just want to make sure there's nothing in there. Okay, so this is the Manjula plant that I have well established. See, so I'll just get rid of that topsoil because that was from the original plant that has accidentally gone in there. And I'm just going to spray it. I'm not even going to cut anything. I don't want to disturb the plant too much because I've already disturbed it by taking this original soil. So what I want to do is just place it on the top. Okay, and then put some more soil around it. My mixed soil of Pest Moss and a little bit of charcoal potting mix, as well as, so yeah, I'll just pat it there nicely. I mean, this will leave because of the fact that it's already rooted. Ay, ay, ay. I think my leaves are just got trimmed off there. Oh, that was a bugger. Never mind. I've got 2 leaves now. That's okay. It's still there. The roots is strong, so it will not hurt. I think, like I said, I bought it and it wasn't all, the quality wasn't very good, so that's why I'm repotting it. So I'm just going to pat it a little bit in here. So I've got 2 that I have potted. I'm thinking that in time, once the other become rooted, I will repot them in here. I might have put it a bit too high. I should have it a bit more, so let's just go and let's do that again. Too much. I didn't really like that bit. Okay, let's flatten that up. Can you see that, guys? I hope so anyway. Okay, let's put the soil back. It's a bit roughing it, isn't it? There we go. And there's a new transplanted, repotted Manjula. So now that is done, so I have a base, just in case I overwater it. It'll go here, and then I can just clean it up. Beautiful. Yes, lovely, darling. Okay, so that's my newly planted pothos in a really big size pot plant. No need to, it's 200mm pot plants. No need to repot this one for a while. So what I normally do is grab a little bit of water, just because I just planted it, and puts back my climbers back in the back, just in case when it gets bigger I can pop it in there. I might just, okay, so that's that. Okay guys, this is my first repotting of Manjula Pothos after I have trimmed the excess leaves on the top that was turning yellowish.
This is so dry.
And also I have got one leaf that I need that actually came off, but it was rotting on the side, so I just wonder where it was gonna fall off anyway. So that's, unfortunately, it's actually quite a nice one. I might just leave it there, it looks nice for now. There we go. So, and then I have got one that I have trimmed off at the top from a different, I can kind of be from a different plant because it's slightly bigger stem. So that one's one. They were mostly all look like this. So I'm going to put this in a bottle. Now I'm just going a little bit different. I'm going to try to use my old Corona bottle. There we go. Put it in the top, plenty of room for the roots to come down. So I'm going to fill this up with fish tank water. Okay, so I'll show you where my fish tank water I'm going to get. Okay, so this is my fish tank, my other fish tank that I am going to get some water out. So let me just grab some and use it for my rooting. So don't come fish, so you don't get sucked in. Fill it up all the way to the top. There we go. Here's my beautiful fish tank water in there. And because of that, I am going to place this into this spot. I think it's just the perfect spot in here. There's a bit of a hole for my filtration. There we go. Something different. Corona bottle as my potting, my rooting plants for my Manjula. Because I do to get the light in here, so which is perfect. So let's pop our plants. Now here we go. So let's just pop that in there. It should fit nicely because it's long. There we go. So it's sitting on the top. And it's going to get a light from the window, but not so direct light. And let me see how long this will give me the roots. So today, the 25th of August, I will update how well our cutting goes. So I might do this with all my other cutting to have their own. Today's 23rd.
Yeah, when you said 25th.
Oops, Daisy, I'm way lost in time. And let's see. So let's see how my Corona beer bottle, do well with my DIY rooting bottle. So let's check it out. I have got a little bit of water here from my fish tank. I am just going to water my newly planted pothos just on the top there, only because I've just watered it. So you just have to water it once a week, a little bit of water. Okay, so just to drain, to mix the blood and bone that I've actually mixed in the potting mix. There we go. Here's my little baby. So let's see how this little girl will give new shoots in, who knows, a couple weeks, a week, we'll see. So this is nicely newly potted. Alright guys, let's see how this go, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and you'll see a lot more of my exciting, fascinating repotting and uploads of fish and everything else. Thank you for watching.